All right. So for those that need to hear this message the most, I guarantee you it's going to fall on deaf ears. The ones that need to hear it the most, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever, Falcone. But you guys are smarter than that. So you're going to be able to actually learn from what I'm going to share with you today. So let's get into it. All right. So if you're plugging into any of the stuff that I do, I am blunt, straightforward, no baloney. I tell it like it is, and that's what I'm going to do today. So, okay, like I said in the intro, the people that need to hear this message probably aren't going to hear it. That's just the truth, okay? Because they think they're above that, or they're all caught up in themselves. Their ego's so big that they think they're all that in a bag of chips, and it's unfortunate. But maybe I can save you from ever falling into that situation. And here's the situation. Actually, it'll probably be multiple, okay? So what I think is quite fascinating, a couple things. I don't even know what the heck I'm going to title this one, because I got a few thoughts that I've got, and I don't use notes. I don't have an outline. I always have a thought, and it's like, let's go. So look, I love network marketing. It's an amazing profession. I've been here for my entire business career. But there are things that I don't like about network marketing. It's kind of fascinating. It's like the greatest thing about network marketing are the people. And sometimes the worst thing about network marketing are the people. And like, for example, like these are the ones that like aren't going to hear this. Like, here's the thing. When you start in this business, you're probably pretty humble. Most people, like, I've never done this before. I've never won here before. I don't even know what this is. I didn't even know what network marketing was yesterday. Now you know what it is. And you're struggling and trying to figure it out and insecure and whatever. You're just like, oh my God, and then you stay long enough and you focus long enough and you figure it out and you start making some money, and then you start making more money, and people start going, no, you're so good. You're so good. You're so amazing. And, they're blowing up your head. And then, then all of a sudden you think you're just a badass. And maybe you are a badass, but you think you're bigger and badder and better than other people. And so much so that you ultimately start operating different. And I'm a firm believer that money makes you more of who you already are. And if you're a super cool person, if you're chill, you'll probably be just a richer, super cool, chill person. But if you got issues, your issues are going to be bigger than they were before. And I see people like, without naming names, like, I just find it fascinating that somebody who is like this amazing, heart, what they present. I'm this amazing, heart-centered, good human, lover of God, even virtually preaching the word from the platform. When you get them behind closed doors, they aren't anything close to what they represented themselves on the platform. They are nasty. I'm trying to find the right words. They talk down about other people. They treat people with disrespect. They lie. They start problems with others. But then when they're on the platform, I'm so lovely and thank you, Jesus, and whatever. And then as soon as they're done, they're like, oh, that person. Like, and I have seen it. Like, here's the thing. You guys got to understand something. You don't get into my position by like not being like somebody that can be open and trusted. Okay. You just don't. I mean, my wife literally has named me like my nickname is, she's like, you are literally the network marketing therapist. And I have some of the biggest leaders in the business that come to me with their issues and their challenges and seeking advice and wisdom. I don't know me about wisdom. That's wisdom and Todd. I don't know anyhow, but I've been doing this for a long time, and you couldn't find, you'd have to look far and wide to find somebody that I screwed over. Like, I don't have the screw you over bone in my body. That doesn't exist. Like, when it comes to doing deals, if I get the land, if I get the majority and you get the minority, we ain't doing it. We're not doing the deal. If I get the goods and you get the bads, we're not doing the deal. And I probably, in some instances, made less money in different ventures that I've done, but I can go to bed at night knowing I haven't screwed anybody over, and that is over a very long career in this business. And so people come to me with their problems and challenges. So I hear like it's so funny when like this business model, as big as it is, it's a pretty small profession. So secrets aren't kept very long. Even a secret that's kept is oftentimes, it gets around. Like I've had things shared with me, and again, I'm not going to name any kind of names here because I'm also not the dude that throws people under the bus. Even though I could sit here for the next 2 hours and share stuff with you that would blow your mind, blow your mind. But so it's like I get a chance to hear things. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I kind of knew that was. I kind of had a feeling that person was like that, and no, no, you don't have no idea. Like nightmare, absolute nightmare. And I think again, what is the overall purpose of today's message? A few things. Be cool to people. Be nice to people. No, the people that are hanging out with on the way up are exactly the same ones that you're going to be like trying to get around on the way back down if you do a round trip, which would suck for you. And so if you treat people nicely, if you treat them with respect, if you don't talk smack about other people, if you don't talk smack about the company that you left, and I get it. I mean, sometimes companies, sometimes companies make really bad decisions. People make bad decisions. People run companies. And so things happen, and I get it. It just didn't go the way you wanted it to go. But then to just talk like, especially when like yesterday, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread and you were all in promoting it. And then a week later, what you're doing, this is to me is evil. You decided for whatever reason you needed to leave. So you left, and then you start stripping out the dreams from other people that love the company that you just left that a week ago. You were like, oh, these are the greatest. These are awesome owners, these products. And then now you're talking just trash. And we see that, people like me in my position and others, it's not like we don't know. You think that, oh yeah, no, they don't know the real me. Oh yeah, we do. Absolutely, we do. And you might get away with it. And I don't know, what's that phrase? I don't know. Karma is a, what, or it comes around, goes around. And sometimes karma takes longer to go around than it should, but eventually I guess they'll face their maker and be faced with the truth. But I think in a business where we're talking about abundance and greatness and all, just unlimited potential and all these wonderful things, that people act in ways that are so undesirable, where you know, they they're like total gossipers, or like, I mean, I'll tell you this, like I know I'll never forget this. I'm hanging out with this guy who, this is probably like, I got to think this is probably 20 years ago or 17, 18 years ago. I bump into this guy in an airport that we had done business together. We had, done events together. And he comes to me and he says to me, like, I can't believe you were talking smack about my wife and this and that. I'm like, whoa, bro, I don't stop. Like, what? And I can tell you here and now, and I said it then, dude, I don't even know your wife. I mean, I know her name and we've met, but I know nothing about her. So whoever's sharing whatever they're saying, that is absolutely 100% a lie, fault, whatever. It ain't true. And I got the guy to, because I randomly bumped into this guy in the airport, and I finally got him to calm down. And like, even to this day, I don't know his wife. So, or actually it's ex-wife at this point, but we get done. And because he was talking about, I hear you're talking about, spreading these rumors about my wife. I'm like, I don't think her name has ever come out of my mouth. That's how little that I knew her. And the crazy thing is, as soon as we got done, as soon as I calmed him down, he's like, oh, so and so, they're this and this person and that. Like, this guy is literally the biggest trash talker that I've ever met in my life. Like, and that wasn't the first time, because I'd be sitting on the side at an event, and he's like, oh, this person, that, and like every person that he ever references virtually is like he's talking crap about him. And it was just so fascinating to me, because here he comes to me talking about how I'm like sharing all this stuff about some woman I don't even know. And then immediately it's like he snaps back into his normal self. Like, it's not, let's just say this, it's not attractive. So you also got to understand something. If you're saying things about somebody, again, this is why I'm hoping, like, again, the people that need to hear this ain't hearing it, but maybe you hearing this will prevent you from ever falling into this kind of habit. If you were to say something, for example, to someone or about somebody to another individual that's negative, not true, whatever it is, it's going to go around. I mean, even like, I won't mention what it is because it's so bad. It pissed me off so bad. Like, there was something that was said about me within the last year. And the friend came to me and said, hey, this person said this, and she's known me forever. And she knows exactly who I am and what I'm about. Like, I'm the same dude on camera, in person, on stage. Like, I don't ever change. The same. I'm the same guy. And she's like, I've done so many events with you and so much business with you. She's like, I knew she was like full of crap. Like, I knew it. And I was just like, I never ended up confronting the person who was saying this stuff. I actually just blocked that individual, which I don't block people very often, but I was just like, wow. It didn't surprise me. One bit didn't surprise me. And so the reason I'm sharing that, or that's as far as I'll go with that share with you, is because it leads to ill feelings about you with the people that probably you'd want the most to not have ill feelings about you. Because you never burn bridges, because you never know. I mean, if you plan on being in this business for a long period of time, like, you screwing somebody over or creating enemies, man, like, you never know. You could be sponsoring that person in another company 2 years from now. But when you act in a way that's far less than desirable, you create not only enemies, but you create people that just distance themselves from you in a business that really isn't about distance. And so, I know, kind of a random training from Todd today, but you know, when you're either talking badly about other people, or you're talking badly about even a company you didn't leave. Like, you didn't, like, yeah, I see it all the time. People leave a company and then they start talking trash about the company that they're with for 5 years, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I get it. Things didn't work out right. Maybe the owners made bad decisions and it led to your check going down, but go do it again. I mean, it sucks, but you got to go do it again. Or and I've seen this happen way too many times. They are talking down about all these other companies. Like, a rising tide raises all ships. You guys should just be fully aware of that. We want to lift everybody up. And if you got to denigrate or downplay or talk smack about some other company to get somebody to join you, I mean, now you've just revealed your true colors. They know you're going to do the same thing in the future. So it's kind of crazy. And it's not a healthy thing. And if you actually have to compare yourself to another company or put down another company in order to get somebody to join your company, then the qualities that your company exhibits clearly don't stand on their own. You should be able to share your products, your opportunity, corporate team, whatever it is, without bringing other people into that conversation, other companies into that conversation as a comparison tool. And if you do, and you have, maybe you'll think twice about it after this conversation that I'm having with you today. Because it's just, again, word kind of goes around. We see it. And then I'd be like, well, if you do that, like, I even thought, going back in that airport situation, like, oh, well, if he's immediately just starts blasting into this person, that person, the other one, what the heck is he saying about me when I'm not around? Which makes me, and I have been very distant from that point, I don't want to do any business with that person because I'm just pretty much guaranteed that that guy is absolutely saying things to other people about me that are very likely untrue. And I pride myself on doing things, the right way. And if I make promises, I do it. And if I say I'm going to be there, I'm there. And, I don't know, common sense business 101, not hard. But, people have to stoop. Just don't stoop. You don't need to stoop. You don't need to tear down another company and their products or their comp plan or their people so you can attract the person into your business. Because if you did that again, if you did that with a person to bring that person in, and if you were to leave, what do you think they're going to do with you? They're going to do the same thing. And I've given people advice for a long time, like, going back to the network marketing therapist conversation. I've given great advice to a lot of people for a lot of years, and sometimes when that advice needs to be heard, it's not being heard. And I won't go into that, but just like giving people, like I did another post, I don't know, it was like a couple weeks ago about, I don't remember what the title was, but it was basically about how people start making money, end up overextending themselves and find themselves in a world of hurt, even though they've made millions of dollars and then they've got nothing. That's super unfortunate. And I get it. Things happen. Like I had a friend of mine the other day that I've known for a long, long time, uh, called me up. And like at one point, like the guy was rolling bigger than anybody that I ever knew, like ridiculous amounts of money, and called me for a personal loan. And I just, I don't loan money. I'm not a bank. I'm not a financial institution. And I feel bad for the guy, but and also when I did loan money, I've also learned that most of the time you loan money, you never get it back. So after a couple of those deals, you pretty much stop loaning money. But, there's an example. It's like, wow, what a different scenario this guy's in compared to, when I was hanging out with him many years ago. And it's like, you didn't sock away enough money for a rainy day when you had that much money? It's wild. And so I did a post about that a couple of months, or maybe a month or so ago. And I look, I do these videos, and I mean, you might be catching me on podcast, which is audio, but like I do these to help people figure this game out, to not make either the same mistakes that I have. And I'm definitely not referring to myself in what I've covered today, because these are not things that I've personally done, I've witnessed, or things that I've witnessed, right? Or things that I see right in front of my eyes. I'm like, wow. And the end result of those types of actions and what it causes. And if it doesn't cause good things to happen for everybody, then you shouldn't do it. If it doesn't uplift others, you shouldn't do it. It's just, I don't know. I don't know where, again, I don't have notes. I got no notes, just thoughts. But, those of you that are watching me and hearing this, you probably don't need to hear this, but maybe one day you'll be faced with something or you'll find yourself slipping into something that, maybe that is the lesser version of yourself, because we're all, human, and we have we can make mistakes. But if you find yourself making a mistake that can be super devastating or costly, that costs you your reputation, or costs you money, or costs you valuable relationships that are ended for good because of something stupid that you did, maybe you can do your best not to make those mistakes. Like, okay, like something stupid, like robbing a bank. Like clearly robbing a bank is a stupid thing. We can see the consequences of somebody robbing a bank. I'm okay. Well, I've never even thought about one, but I never even would, because those people end up in jail or other things. I mean, so you can most certainly learn from either your own experiences and go, that didn't work out so well, I better not do that again. Or you can learn from somebody that's been around for longer than you have, either had experienced it themselves or has witnessed it enough times to give you some sage advice. So that's really, I mean, I don't want to say that's why I exist, but that's one of the value propositions that I offer people in the network marketing or entrepreneurial community, because I've just done it for so long. And there's probably, I'm sure, things that I haven't seen or experienced, but there's a lot of things that I've definitely have. And if you continue to plug into me, you're going to get pretty straightforward advice on what to do and what not to do. So I realize today's message is probably a little different than normal, but that's okay. So, and if you're on my podcast, appreciate you. For on my YouTube, you as well. The conversation takes place on these episodes that I put out on my website. This particular episode, toddfalcone.com/episode 329. TODDFALCONE.com/episode 329. We'll see you next time.